My name is Silhol-Macher, and I'm a postdoctoral fellow at the Cogut Institute for the Humanities and in the Department of German Studies at Brown University. My book project, Of Goo and Dust, Aesthetic Theories of Formlessness, explores how artists use matter, dust, suspension, goo, and wax, to challenge the forms that shape our world and organize perception. I call these experiments aesthetic theories of formlessness, ways of thinking through materials that resist taking shape or that refuse to stay contained. At its core, the project revisits a long-debated question: how is art political? Can aesthetics expose the forces that structure the real, and does it hold subversive potential? So rather than treating form and politics as opposites, I suggest that the link between them is made visible in the formless. This question also connects to a broader conversation in the humanities. Over the last decade, many disciplines have undergone what's called the new materialist turn, a renewed attention to the materiality of images, texts, and technologies. My research asks how this attention to matter changes the way we read and see. How does the fact that our media are enmeshed in global economies, infrastructures, and ecologies transform the meaning of aesthetic form? I argue that the most powerful responses come from artists who make formlessness visible, those who reveal how matter and its many shapes are ordered in a hierarchical metaphysics that is inseparable from politics. Across film, video, and installation art from the 1970s to today, I trace a lineage of minoritarian artists in Germany and the United States who use the formless not as a breakdown of meaning, but as resistance. So for instance, in American artist's multimedia installation Black Gooey Universe, an early Apple Lisa computer is reimagined as an unruly prototype. From its keyboard oozes a thick, black, vinyl-like substance. It's the GUI of the graphical user interface, or GUI. By turning GUI into GUI, artist exposes how computing's history depends on blackness, even as it attempts to erase it. Their work asks, what kinds of formal operations of power are at work in technology itself? Another chapter in the book turns to Rainer Werner Fassbinder's film The Marriage of Maria Braun, where clouds of dust blur Germany's post-war image of progress. The film's haze refuses to settle, revealing how the supposed economic miracle of democracy rests on the unacknowledged debris of fascism and in fact exposes the uncanny continuities between the Nazi regime and the implementation of neoliberalism in West Germany after 1945. So across these case studies, formlessness emerges not as absence or chaos, but as a mode of double vision, one that lets us see the material and the metaphorical, the abstract and the concrete all at once. These artists make visible form and the formless as political categories, shaping what can be seen, felt, and known, and most importantly, what can be imagined. At Brown, I'm turning the research into a book and beginning a second project called Artificial Images, which studies how artificial intelligence transforms what we mean by image today. So, if Of Goo and Dust explores how artists use matter to think through formlessness, Artificial Images asks how algorithms now give form to our imaginations. Ultimately, I see formlessness as a practice of freedom, a way of seeing the world otherwise through the unruly materials that irritate the norm, at once refused by and refusing of form. As a site for our imaginaries, it is where the aesthetic and the political meet, in the conviction that the unknown may not yet have a form, but it already has a shape.